Although it is controversial, illegal drug use is a bigger issue than we most anticipate. Not many understand the issues that come with the criminalization of illegal drugs and how it has failed society. If it were to be made a public matter, then it would be a significant step forward for civil rights and liberty. Today, I will go in depth as to why illegal drug use ought to be considered a matter of public health and not criminal justice. Having illegal drug use as a matter of criminal justice is an ineffective system that has unfortunately been a toxic cycle in our society. Thus, if able to consider illegal drug use a matter of public health, this will benefit society. Many will benefit by implementing this as a matter of public health, such as people of color, those with drug addictions, and help regulate prison populations. The value in question with my topic is the well-being of people in society. Once we prevent criminalization of drugs, we can help those who struggle with drugs. We know we will be able to achieve this value by making illegal drug use a matter of public health. Moving forward, for further clarification, I will be defining these following terms. I will be defining illegal drug use as the definition used on the MedlinePlus.com website. It defines illegal drug use as misusing prescription medicines, including opioids. This means taking the medicines in a different way than the healthcare provider prescribed, using the medicine for another purpose, such as getting high. Another definition I will be defining is public health. So according to the CDC, which is Center for Disease Control and Prevention Foundation, defines public health as the science of protecting and improving the health of people and their communities. Overall, public health is concerned with protecting the health of entire populations. Then, lastly, I will be defining criminal justice. According to the Cornell Law Study, criminal justice is a generic term that refers to laws, procedures, institutions, and policies at play before, during, and after the commission of a crime. Moving forward, the war on drugs unfortunately targets people of color. In the United States, illegal drug use is nearly equal across races. People of color, on the other hand, are much more likely to be searched, convicted, and jailed for drug offenses. Drug offenses will result in lengthy jail terms. Prohibition remains one of the primary sources of detention of persons of color in the United States. Thanks to discretion in law, policy, and parole, an imbalance that even Americans on all sides of the aisle are slowly recognizing. Due to the recent events with George Floyd, I felt this was very important to include because it is something that we should all be aware of and we all need to prevent. So, according to the Washington Post, Floyd was a smoker and had spent years using street drugs. On the evening the autopsies reveal, Floyd had a large amount of fentanyl and a small amount of methamphetamine and THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, in his blood. Due to this being a recent event, it opens our eyes as to why it is important to combat illegal drugs as a matter of public health. No one deserves to die because of their drug use, especially when this targets people of color. By bringing this attention to everyone, then we will be able to see that people who struggle with drug addiction or are high will need help and should not be in the hands of criminal justice. Instead, we need to broaden our resources to help people. Being able to help those who struggle with addiction is important for society. Those who struggle can be someone we know and maybe someone we even love. While there may be negative notions with making illegal use of drugs a matter of public health, we can take note from different countries such as Portugal. According to The Guardian, an article about Portugal's drug decriminalization states the official policy of decriminalization made it easier for a broad range of services: health, psychiatric, employment, and housing. that had been struggling to pool their resources and expertise to work together more effectively to serve their communities. From this, we can take note how declaring illegal drug use as a part of public health can help those struggling with addiction. By doing so, more resources can become available to many. People who struggle with a drug addiction might not feel alone, and they may feel that they have the option to ask for help. More people might not be scared to ask for help, which can highly help those in our communities or even our loved ones. Our current solution to deal with those who use an illegal drug is to jail them. While some might think this is a short-term solution, it evidently hurts those who use drugs and taxpayers' money. According to AmericanProgress.org, it states, according to Columbia University, 65% of prisoners, 1.5 million people, suffer from addiction, but just 11% receive any treatment behind bars. As a result, most resume abusing drugs upon release. Locking people up for their drug use does not help anyone. Instead, it hurts them more. We can tell that it's just a waste of money by using this short-term solution for those who use drugs. The article also states, for example, the Stop Drug Diversion program in the county in Oregon reduced rearrests by 76% and saved Oregon taxpayers nearly $80 million over a 10-year period. If we can take a closer look at Oregon, who actually decriminalized legal drug use, we can note how it has benefited taxpayers. The war on drugs is ineffective, and it would be better to save this money to go towards helpful resources that can better help more communities. It's astounding how much money is spent for people who abuse drugs and how much money is spent towards punishing them rather than helping them. It doesn't benefit anyone, and if anything, it makes things worse for many communities. In conclusion, clearly having illegal drug use as a matter of criminal justice benefits no one. By making this a matter of public health, we can help those close to us in our community. Let's stop hurting each other and let's start helping each other. From this, to sum up, I talked about how the illegal drug use ought to be considered a matter of public health and not criminal justice, and how it can better help people of color, those struggling with addiction, and how it helps combat and regulate prison population, and how instead it's actually a waste of money. It's pretty scary how this is not taking more into consideration and it's considered a crime, when clearly most people need help, which is why we need to broaden up our resources and help these people in order for the better of society. Thank you.